That's another great way to learn, is to do things and then just have it tank. And and then we learned about how, I mean, we were doing the show in Edmonton kind of in a vacuum and not part of the Hollywood fanfare, the normal fetting and dining and whining and kind of celebration that goes on with a show that's getting some traction that happens here. Didn't happen there. We're basically just locked in a freezer, you know, shipping video out every week towards the end of the show by satellite to New York, because we didn't even have time on the schedule, the 90-minute show, to deliver the tapes by messenger. We had to beam them to New York. And we learned from the experience there. We learned on the half-hour show how to do a half-hour show, and then Brandon Tartikoff threw down the gauntlet and said, we need you to do a 90-minute show. Then we learned how to do that. And, you know, by the time we came out of that, I was pretty production savvy. You know, I could go out and do my own shows, and I knew about, you know, how to set up a crew, and I knew how to shoot, because we had to shoot our own stuff. We had to do, you know, we had to know how, if no one was there to light it, we had to light it. We had to, you know, we had to frame it. We had to figure out how to do it. We picked up people along the way, like John Blanchard, who directed most of the stuff in Edmonton. And John did cooking shows and news before he did SCTV. And when he came in to do SCTV, he studied the things we were parodying. He'd look at the movie The Godfather at night when he should be sleeping and just look at the shots and try to figure out where the light was coming from, so that when he came to the set the next day, he could kind of ape that look and that lighting. So because of the sheer volume of material that we had to produce, and especially when it was a 90-minute show for NBC, we learned a lot about production. We learned a lot about writing, and we learned a lot about marketing, you know.